Okay, folks, good morning and welcome. So, today we're looking at the feedback for some CELPIP answers that were given in the Facebook group. Now, remember, it's incredibly important that if you want your answers corrected, you post them to the Facebook group. Otherwise, you can wait until the mastermind sessions every Wednesday, which is absolutely fine. But if you want some corrections or questions in between, Facebook is where you should go. So, last week we focused on speaking task 3, speaking task 4, and writing task 1, paragraphs and conclusions. But let's take a look at this here. So we have two different pictures which are commonly used in CELPIP, or pictures like this. And we always want to start with a general sentence. So for picture A, I'm looking at a picture of. For picture B, I'm looking at a picture of. So with picture A, for instance, I'm looking at a picture of a coffee shop, a busy coffee shop, a small and busy coffee shop. I am looking at a picture of what I think is a school. I'm looking at a picture of what looks like a school in America. Now, there won't actually be any American flags in CELPIP, but I'm just showing you an example of what I picked up on. Then we tried to talk about different areas of the picture. To the left of the screen, or to the left of the picture, to the right of the picture. In the foreground, middle ground, background. In the background of the picture, there are two people outside, and the dogs are talking to each other, barking at each other. The dogs are interested in each other. Towards the back of the coffee shop, or towards the entrance, next to the entrance of the coffee shop, there are two people sitting at a bar table having a coffee. They could be friends. So could be friends. It's often good to speculate about who these people are. Now, we spoke about what people are wearing. And, this guy has a baseball cap, and you could use color, absolutely. So he has an orange baseball cap. But as we also know, some people might not choose to use color, or they can't see color. So we could talk about the man in a suit here, the man in a suit and tie, the worker in an apron, the old lady in a blouse, blouse, and the lady in blue at the front. Is she pregnant? She could be. Well, there's me presuming and going to get myself in trouble. So we could just say the lady in the sundress. We have two people. One is wearing a skirt and the other is wearing boots, for example. So don't be afraid to talk about that and what people are doing. Like, what is that baby doing right now? The baby is blowing bubbles. And do you think the baby's happy or sad? Probably incredibly happy, I'm guessing. All right, so here's just some sentences that came up on the Facebook page. It's a picture of a crowded cafe. There's many customers. There's two servers. One of them is serving coffee to a gentleman wearing a grey coat. I love that one. To a gentleman wearing a grey coat. Perfect. Don't forget the tie. And you could talk about a striped tie. However, the other one beside him is serving soup to a woman with her two children. They seem quite happy. Yes. So they seem quite happy. Beautiful. Love that phrase. Use that phrase in CELPIP. Anyway, I hope you can picture what I just described. That's exactly what we're looking for. So, that one looks there. Look at that now. Behind them, a boy wearing a green t-shirt and grey pants, helping his grandmother to take her towards the serving counter, towards the counter. Yeah, and if you're not entirely sure, it could be his grandmother, might be his grandmother, something along those lines, but beautiful. All right, the next one was, let's take a look at this very quickly. So at the back of the classroom, there's a bunch of kids lined up. They look excited because they might be about to run outside. There's a boy in the foreground, or the front left side of the picture, and he's painting a picture of what looks like a horse and a tree of the sun. And it's Arts and Crafts Day, so I imagine everyone there is pretty relaxed. So, speculate. All right. I got sent this question too, so we're going to have a very quick read about it and to see if we can change anything. All right. So this is a writing task 1 question. This is a more, not a letter of complaint like we normally have, but this is from a clothing business. So I love this introduction. I hope this email finds you well. Beautiful one. Absolutely beautiful, especially for one that's less formal compared to, say, some of the other ones that we would often have, like a letter of complaint about your phone service. It could be about returning an item, a letter of complaint to a restaurant. This one, I hope this email finds you well. So use that introduction. Okay, I'm Enrique Palmas and I'm writing you. So I'm writing to you on behalf of Coats for Brave. So I'm just going to put on all markup. Yes. Coats for Brave's company, a pioneer company on men's fashion trends over the last 5 years in Western Canada. Very specific. Absolutely. And remember, the devil is in the details. Plenty of detail here, which is magnificent. We recently came from Fashion Week in New York, so just one thing I would say, that would be New York Fashion Week. All right, we recently came from New York Fashion Week with huge success with our Cowboys in the City coat style. Wow, this is a fantastic answer. These coats were impressionable to all the fashion gurus. Fashion guru, finance guru. Absolutely beautiful topical vocabulary. I always encourage students to use topical vocabulary. That's what we're talking about. Since we could blend the country and city styles by using earth colors and vegan leather. Good. All right. The main competitive advantage of these coats is that it can be washed at home without damaging the fibers. So washed at home without damaging the fibers or colors and without the need to be ironed once it's out of the dryer. Beautiful. I don't know many coats that do get ironed after the dryer, but that's all right. Therefore, our market niche, N-I-C-H-E, our market niche are men between 35 and 50 years old. We're targeting the market since we consider that Western Canada, where people love the outdoors and country life. You see, I personally know this student, and they live in Western Canada, and so they're tapping into their real life knowledge. Don't be afraid to tap into your real life knowledge, okay, for these questions. You know, this student could have written about East Coast or something, but they're not very familiar with it. So by keeping it localized and keeping it relevant, it could be easier to write about. We will be honored to have the opportunity to share this success with an article through your magazine. Thanks for taking the time to read this. Now, one thing I will say, I am not entirely sure what the purpose of this email is. You know, I know this person is writing on behalf of, but right here at the very start is where we should have more information, you know, and I would honestly move this up there. We would be honored to have the opportunity to share this success with an article through your magazine. I'm presuming you want to be in the magazine. I'm presuming that the publishing director, that the publishing director is a person who we want to feature us in their magazine. So we would like to request an article in your magazine about our latest fashion lines, for instance, something along those. And, you know, about our latest, what was it called again? Cowboys in the City fashion line. I love that one, Cowboys in the City, very creative. So about our latest Cowboys in the City fashion line. So the biggest thing that people fail to do in CELPIP is actually get the message across. And this is an example. This is a beautiful example of a well-written letter, but again, like, that's the only request there. You know, give more details about it. You know, we would like to request an article in your magazine about our latest fashion lines, and then you describe what is going on. And here we talk about New York Fashion Week. So here's another example. Given our recent success at New York Fashion Week, we would be honored to have the opportunity to have an article in your magazine, for instance. So that's what I think is happening. I haven't seen the question for this one just yet. I'm just looking at the answer. But I love this. Good detail here. Great detail. Competitive advantage. like really high level English. The only issue is you didn't fully deliver what exactly it is we're looking for. Okay, so one more thing as well. Thanks for taking the time to read this. Perfect. I will look forward to hearing from you. Just I look forward, and best regards. Beautiful, easy way to finish. You could write best regards, or you could write kind regards.